Okay, so this is a workflow that you can use to generate unlimited videos from Veo2 and Veo3. So I have it built out really nicely. So let's enter a prompt, a simple prompt like boy dancing with his mother on a lush green and yellow meadow. Okay, so we can choose an aspect ratio of 16 to 9 or 9:16. Then right now I don't have access to VO3, but it's set up such that when I do get access to VO3, I can just select VO3 and it uses that instead of VO2. But right now, what I have access to is VO2. And for the duration, we can choose 5. And I noticed that in the video it's not showing the drop downs, but like I have a drop down menu here, as you can see, it's not showing the options. And then I can submit this, and then it goes off. And then we just have to wait a couple of minutes, and it's going to show us all the wonderful stuff that it generates. So essentially, what it's doing now is that it's going through the system. So I can just go through it here. So this is the form which collects everything. Then I have an edit field to kind of create some fields that I need. Then we have the video generation itself, but we have to wait for it because it takes a bit of time for it to actually generate the video. And then with this node, we get the job back, but it returns the job as a binary to us. And so I can just open this up. So okay, we don't have that execution here because this is a duplicate one. And then this is the final form that you're going to get. This is where it's going to return it. So let's see. Okay, it's still running. We could actually just go to let's just save this. So that's just a copy. This is the original model, which we can go to the executions and see it. So the video is just about ready. Okay, so awesome, cool. So we can open the video now, and you can see the video. So this is it in view 2. This is really nice, actually. Yeah. So they're not dancing that much, but this is cool because now I don't have to. The problem for me was that I had to wait for Gemini to reset, or you have to pay like 140 something euros for or Europe, so it's like euros for Google AI Ultra, or and then there's another one, Google AI Ultra Pro, which is just too expensive. What I need really just need is API access, and this just grants you API access. And so if I just increase here, I'm not going to open some of the things here because they have like private information. But if you go here, then you'll be able to see that it returns it as bytes. Okay, this is the node that converts it. But we can go here, which gets the job back, and we can ask it to show the data, and you can see the bytes encoded here. This is the actual data, that it responds with, and then we have a node that just converts from that base 64. It converts it to a binary, which is where we get the video from. Let's watch that video again. It's quite nice, actually. So so that's basically it. So I can go back to the previous to the duplicates to just explain how you set this up. So let's just make this bigger. Okay, so for this you just have to set up a form. You set up a form node. The form node is basically simple. It gives you a test URL, which will give you a link to go through. It gives you a production URL, and then essentially what you have to do is this needs no authentication, except you want to make it authentication based, that you don't want everybody to have access to it. You give it the form title, generate video, just like I have here. This is the end part of it, but I can just open beginning part of it. So the title of the form is generate video, and then this is the prompt, and I set it to be a text area. You can set a placeholder. This is a required field. Then the video aspect ratio, a drop down list. Either you want 16:9, 9:16, and then you select the models that you want. And it's also a required field, the duration as well. And that's just it for this step. And that's what essentially generates the form. Then you have your edit fields. So you get your project ID. So how you get the project ID is that you go to console.cloud.google.com. This I'll put in the I'm going to put this in the what's it called, in the description. So you can click this, and then you can either create a new project, or you can select any of the ones that you have. Now for this, it's going to need you to put in your billing details. So you can just keep going and creating things, and as you go, it's going to ask you to enable billing, and as you enable that, it's going to ask you to add a card, and it's going to charge €0 or $0 actually, to see if your card is actually working and active, and so it will basically run you through that. So it's basically simple. So then you get that project ID, though afterwards I'll get to that. And so here you can just put US Central 1, especially if you're in Europe, because you should put US Central 1, because I think many countries in Europe still don't have the the Veo models available. So US Central 1 is just the best. Then you have the Veo generate, it's just an HTTP request that sends to a particular link. Yeah, and so what you need now here is a credential type of the Google Service Account API, and you just need to add your specific one. And to add this one, you have to do a couple of things actually. So one of the first things that you have to do is you go back to console.cloud.google.com, and you enable. This is also where you're going to get the project ID. So you go to API and services, before you actually start that, you should go to API and services. So you go to API and services, and then you press enable API and services. Then you search for Vertex AI API. Okay, and then you can just click on here. For me, it's already enabled, but what you just have to do is you just have to enable it, and then you have to do the same thing for two more APIs. You have to do it for the Cloud Resource Manager API. So Cloud Resource Manager API. Yep, this one. You do the same thing, and you have to do the same thing for the IAM credentials API. Okay, so it will be to be safe, just do both of them. So IAM API and IAM service account, because you're going to need a service account actually. So you can enable this, and then you can as well enable this as well. Yeah. So those four APIs have to be enabled. So once you're done with that, you can go back to the home page, and then you have to go to IAM and admin, and then you have to look for service accounts. It's going to load up in just a minute. So you look for service accounts here, click on service accounts, and then you have to create a service account up here. You click create service account, and you fill out all these details. I can just yeah. So and then I can press create and continue. Probably just delete this later, and then you select a role here. The role is Vertex AI user, so you can just search it out, Vertex AI user, and then you select this, and then you click on continue, and then when you click on continue, yeah, so service account role. Okay, we don't need to do anything here, and then you click on done. And so once you click on done, now you need to generate a key. So this is a newly created one, and so you go here and you go to manage keys, and then you add the key, create new key, create of the JSON type. Once you create that key, it downloads it, and we can open it up. Yep. Okay, I think let me open VS-Code.dev because I don't want to open yeah, so let's just open recent. Yeah, sure, files, then we can open again, file, open file. I'll just go to downloads. Where's the file I just downloaded? Okay. Well, this is not fun. Okay. So that's this one. And then you open this, and you can see everything that you need here. I think I have to increase the font on this quite a bit. And then this is going to be your project ID that you can copy, and then you can go to the edit fields, and you can paste that here, and then you can go back here so as to set up things. and then you have your client email address. This is the email address for the service account. So you can copy this, and then you can go back here. Now we go to the Veo generate model, and then okay, so we're creating a new one, and then this is what you put here, and then you go back to that same file, and then you get your private key. So you get it from where it says begin private key. You copy all that just till where it says end private key. You don't copy the new line character there, and then you paste it here, and then you also enable set up for use in HTTP request, and you have to add this scope or else it will not work. And then you go https://googleapis.com/auth/cloud platform, and that's it. And you can save that, and it should, yeah, connection successful. And then you need the same thing for here. You can just, okay, it's already saved here, and then yep, that's it. And you can save this. You can go here and you can test the workflow, and it opens up a test version. A woman dancing a meadow of roses, and then we can select this, we can select this, and then 5 seconds again, and then we submit it. Okay, okay, we're getting a problem with that. Let's check here. Perhaps check your credentials. Okay. And so that's essentially how it works, and everything is set up. So if you would like to get the workflow, just comment down below and I'll share the link to the workflow. It has all the instructions in there. I got it also from the n8n community, and so it has everything that you would really need. And then it basically goes through, processes it, and then there's also a final form where it just sends you that finished video. So if you like it, let me know. Thank you so much.